everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about cute boy group songs, but specifically cute boy group songs that I hate. I wanted to make this video because I feel like a lot of people tend to classify entire genres of music as either good or bad, and especially in K-pop you'll see people say things like, oh, all cute boy group songs are good and all noisy ones are bad, you know? Like, you know what I'm talking about? So with this video, I sort of wanted to open the discussion and put my own 2 cents in regarding the fact that there are varying levels of quality when it comes to music within a genre. And while I am going to be explaining my reasoning for disliking all of these songs, at the end of the day, this all comes down to personal preference, so you're definitely allowed to disagree. I don't want to keep you all waiting anymore, so without further ado, let's talk about the first song. One thing that I haven't seen many, or actually anybody talk about, is that Starship Entertainment is very bad at making songs that are cute. Considering that the other groups within the quote-unquote Starship family are Monsta X, WJSN, Sistar, and now I-V, I think it's pretty obvious that Starship excels at more intense or sexy songs, and doesn't necessarily have the greatest grip on how to pull off a softer concept. I know WJSN specifically has a plethora of amazing brighter title tracks, but I wouldn't necessarily classify songs such as Boogie Up, Let Me In, or Happy as soft, because all of those songs have too much energy to be called soft in my opinion. Now, regarding why I specifically don't like Cloud9, it sort of feels like whoever was directing Gravity's vocals for this song was telling them to whisper sing throughout the entirety of it. The majority of the vocals within this song really lack a sense of power, and it almost sounds like they're yawning while singing for a good portion of the track. And don't get me wrong, I think softer vocals definitely fit Cloud9, but it feels very much so overdone here. Even if the song that you're singing is supposed to sound softer, it doesn't mean that you can't put any oomph into your voice at any time, because if there's no vocal contrast, or not a lot of vocal contrast, which is the case here, it makes the song end up sounding very boring. A good example of a song that manages to avoid this problem is Cinema by CIX, where the vocals are very soft during the verses and pre-chorus, but transition into a full-on belt during the actual chorus. The inclusion of both the soft and the powerful vocals make the song a lot more dynamic and interesting, which increases my chances of not getting bored and listening to the song in full whenever it comes on in shuffle. Cloud9 would have benefited a lot from doing something similar, because with the chorus that they have right now, the song just ends up feeling very anticlimactic, and there's just nothing there to grab my attention and make me want to re-listen to it. I definitely think that Wooyoung had the right idea. I mean, the concept of cartoon sailor boys is just music to the ears. Sadly though, I feel like the execution was a bit poor. K-pop, just like any other music industry, thrives on creating songs that get stuck in your head because of how good their melodies are. However, nothing in Wooyoung really feels memorable. The main chorus feels very bland and definitely pales in comparison to songs such as Chewing Gum or My First and Last, and it seems like you can understand 100% of what Wooyoung is trying to do just by listening to the first minute. I've seen a lot of people say that Wooyoung feels like something you would hear in a Disney movie, and I definitely agree with that. However, instead of being a real number, Wooyoung feels more like background music. Maybe something that would play in the background as the main characters are traveling a long distance in a sort of montage sequence, or honestly, just what would be playing over the ending credits. You know, the ending credits that nobody watches and exits the movie theater early to get away from. This definitely isn't me saying that NCT Dream can't pull off cute concepts. As I said before, Chewing Gum, My First and Last, and even Wooyoung are so good in my opinion, but where all of those 3 songs feel very distinct and memorable from each other, Wooyoung fails to stand out. And I think overall in NCT Dream's discography, Wooyoung feels like a sort of filler era, I guess. All of the cute and brighter songs that Astro has put out, Hide&Seek is the only one that I don't really enjoy. And it's not that I even think the entire song is bad, I actually enjoy a good 70% of it, but I just can't stand the chorus. It's really disappointing because Jinjin's rap verse in this track is actually one of the best in their entire discography in my eyes. Sadly though, I just can't get over the chorus and how corny it feels. To me, cute songs sound best when they feel very natural, and something about Hide&Seek just feels forced. Maybe it's something to do with the exaggerated melody that is just really pushing the narrative of adorable a little bit too much. Or it could just be all of the aegyo that they made MJ inject directly into his vocal cords. I'm not sure how to word specifically what I'm thinking about, I just know that I think they were trying a little bit too hard with the cuteness in Hide&Seek, but I think with all of their later releases they really picked up their groove and figured out what they wanted to do with their cute image, and that's why I stan Astro. Love Astro. Astro are great. I'm not an anti. I swear.
You are my cherry, 남아져도 붉게 물들어간 달. You're my cherry on top.
So next up we have Cherry by AB6, and while lyrics usually aren't a problem for me when it comes to K-pop, I really don't like the lyricism to Cherry to a large degree. I think lyrics such as "You are my cherry, yum," and "You're my cherry on top, you're my cherry on" are kind of cheesy. And don't even get me wrong, I can excuse bad lyrics if they only appear once, but since these are in the chorus, they get repeated a lot of times, and I just can't ignore it. You know, the chorus is supposed to be the most memorable part of the song, but when you don't like the lines within the chorus, it kind of ruins the entire thing. Because I'm not gonna listen to something just for the pre-chorus if the chorus that follows it is disappointing. It's basically, no, it's literally the exact same way that I feel about Hide&Seek. Alright, so that actually wraps up the negative section of this video, and to follow up, I'm going to talk about cute boy group songs that I really enjoy. I'm only going to talk about 1 or 2 songs because I feel like that's all I need to make all of the points that I want to, and without further ado, let's talk about the first song.
We go, we go,
Where a lot of the other songs lacked on this list, I think We Go Up is a masterpiece in the fact that there are so many different diverse sections. You have these really rap-heavy verses that aren't necessarily cute by themselves, but it turns into a cute song during the pre-chorus and the chorus. And I think that this is proof that to make a good cute song, not everything about the song has to be cute, if that makes sense. You know, you're allowed to, and you should add a little bit of diversity into the tone, and it doesn't detract from the overall image that you're going for. In fact, it makes you even more memorable. I love the change in speed that happens during the chorus. I think it's a really nice idea to have a slowdown because it's kind of like I know this is super overused, but it's kind of like a breath of fresh air from the fast verses. And overall, We Go Up is a very nice, clean, and polished package. I just have no complaints. Spring by MCND is clean, simple, to the point, and effective. Staying in the fuller parts of their voices for the majority of the song, everything feels natural, and it's just very easy listening. There are a bunch of different iconic parts such as Big's Bam 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 or Minjae's Modu Moyo, and the chorus is super catchy too. I think Spring is a perfect example of how you can play it safe when it comes to cute music, and still make a really good song. As long as you sound natural, as long as you're using your full voice for at least a good portion, as long as you have no cringy lyrics, and as long as the melody is not annoying, then you're basically good. And that's why I personally enjoy most cute boy group songs, because they usually check off most of these boxes. And Spring just knocks these all out of the park. Stan MCND. So that concludes this video. Again, this is all up to personal taste, so you probably like a good majority of the songs that I put in the bad section. And if you did, let me know why in the comment section below. I'd also love to hear what kind of cute boy group songs that you guys don't enjoy in the comment section below. I think it'd be a really nice discussion to have. And I'd also love it if you let me know what kind of videos you wanted to see in the future too. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider sharing it with your friends or leaving a like. And if you want to see more from me, consider subscribing. Thank you all again so much for watching. I hope that we can hit 11K soon, and without further ado, I'll see you all next time.